I came out to stop the blind dates. Now my mom's arranging a gay wedding. I should have just said I had syphilis or something, not invent a fake fiance from Texas. I didn't even know where Texas was until my mother told me I'd be moving there. You're finally settling down with a man, she said proudly, her voice shrill with joy. This is what you needed, honey. Commitment, stability, and a partner who owns 40% of his company. I'm Sean Nguyen, 27, Vietnamese American, and completely, definitely, not gay. Or at least I wasn't. But somewhere between the second wine glass at my sister's wedding and my mom's fifth question about grandchildren, I'd snapped. I'm gay, I said. Boom. Nuclear silence. And then relief. Too much relief. The blind dates stopped. The career lectures faded. I finally had space. Until 3 months later, when I was boarding a flight to Houston to meet the man my parents found for me through some underground gay Vietnamese matchmaking mafia. He's kind, decent, and he's not asking for a handsome husband. Just someone polite and willing to settle, my mom whispered. I met him at a dusty steakhouse 2 hours outside Houston. His name was Caleb Trin. He wasn't ugly, but he wasn't what you'd call conventionally attractive either. Thick brows, a crooked nose, like it had been broken once and left to heal itself. A deep, gravelly voice and a scar under his chin that looked like a claw mark. You don't want to be here, he said before even sitting down. I blinked. Excuse me? You're clearly faking it. I am too. My aunt's been on my ass about settling down. She found your profile. You looked just desperate enough. His smile was sharp. Not cruel, not warm, just tired. I didn't agree to marry anyone, I muttered. Didn't you? He asked, and slid a manila envelope across the table. Inside were documents, joint business agreements, prenups, fake cohabitation photoshopped expertly, and a wedding guest list half-filled already. Welcome to Texas, he said. You'll be staying at my ranch. The house was huge, too big, built from heavy wood and glass. It loomed on a hill like a lonely king. He had 2 horses, 1 dog, and apparently no friends. You can have the guest bedroom. Try not to get lost, Caleb said, unlocking the door with a fingerprint scanner. I wanted to scream. Instead, I called my mom. Please tell me this isn't real. You said you were gay, sweetie. This is what gay people do. They marry. They find peace. Why are you always so difficult? We settled into a rhythm, one that felt like a fever dream. Caleb would leave before sunrise, return at dusk, smelling of leather and sweat. I'd wander the house, pretend to be busy, rehearse fake couple stories, and wonder when it would all fall apart. At night, we'd share drinks on the porch. Silence was easier than conversation. But one evening, something changed. I was engaged once, he said, sipping bourbon, to a woman. She left, said I was emotionally unreachable. Were you? Probably. Then he looked at me, not with interest, with curiosity, like I was a crossword puzzle missing half the clues. You ever actually dated a guy?
No.
Girl. I hesitated. 3. Nothing serious. He nodded. So this is all a lie. Isn't it for you too? His eyes lingered on mine. I stopped knowing the difference a while ago. A week later, he touched my wrist. It was nothing, just a brief brush as he handed me a coffee mug. But my heart stuttered. I dropped the mug. Sorry, I breathed. He didn't speak, just knelt, picked up the shards, and looked at me again, too quiet. That night, I lay awake in bed, listening to him cough in the room next to mine. I didn't sleep. We kissed by accident. A storm had knocked out the power. The house was freezing. I brought him a blanket, and he reached to thank me, but I tripped. He caught me, and somehow our lips met. We froze. His hands were still on my waist, mine on his chest. Neither of us moved. I didn't mean I started. I know, he said, but he didn't let go. Things blurred after that. He stopped saying this was fake. I stopped pretending I didn't care when he came home late. We never talked about the kiss, or the second one, or the third. My mother sent invitations. His aunt began picking color themes. We were weeks away from the wedding, and I still didn't know if I wanted to call it off or see it through. Then came Ben, my ex-roommate. A friend, nothing more, but Caleb didn't know that. He saw us laughing outside the town grocery store. Too close, too relaxed. That night, he didn't come home. I found him drunk in the barn, leaning against the horse's stall like it was his last refuge. "You think this is funny?" he slurred. "What? This?" "Pretending, playing house, kissing me like it means something. You don't even know if you like men." I stood frozen, my hands clenched. "You're right," I said quietly. "But I know I like you." He didn't speak, so I walked away. The wedding was 2 days away. The venue was booked, the cake ordered. My mother was flying in with her hair dyed platinum for the occasion. I packed my bags. Maybe I was a coward. Maybe I wasn't ready. But before I left, I walked to the porch one last time, where it all started. And he was there, holding the same bourbon glass, looking out at the sky like it owed him answers. "I don't know what love is," he said without turning. "But I know it felt different when you walked into that steakhouse." I looked down. "I was scared," I said. "Still am. I don't need you to be sure. I just need you to stay." He turned then, face open, honest. "And if we're lying, let's make it the best damn lie ever told." I didn't get on that flight. We got married in the barn, not the vineyard. The power went out again, but the candles made it better. My mother cried. His aunt danced. He whispered, "I do," like it was a secret between us. And maybe, just maybe, it wasn't a lie anymore. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.